Alright, today we're going over which Battlefield is the best Battlefield, and there's a lot of them to choose from. BF1, 5, 4, Hardline, back and further, and there's loads. If you think it's... Yay! If you think it's Battlefield Heroes, that's also fine, whatever. Obviously, this is all going to be completely opinion-based. I'm going to explain which one is my favourite and why, and quite obviously, as I'm playing Battlefield 1, it seems like it's going to be this, although I've got a limited amount to choose from, based on my experience with Battlefield. Not today, bruv. Yeah, I'm going to go through the value of this game that I think, and its weaknesses, and those that I've played otherwise, BF5, etc. And the key component is for you guys to give me your opinions as well, and then we can see what different people think, all the pros and cons of the different game, and maybe, just maybe, come up with the magical formula for a great next Battlefield game. It's all just a bit of fun. Let's see what happens. This video is brought to you by the Board of Awesome from the epic people that support the channel on Patreon. And the current goal for the channel is to hit 60k subscribers by the end of 2020. Currently sitting at 59k, so nearly there. And with nearly 80% of my viewership recently coming from non-subscribers, we can definitely make that happen. So if you're new here or don't want to miss out on content, hitting that subscribe button would be awesome. Thank you so much. So I do feel kind of ill today. You'll have to forgive me if my energy is low or I don't play very well, etc. I'm doing my best to bring you regular content as much as I can. It's really hard to do this while I'm having this 1v1 with a horse. But we're going to keep going. I've nearly killed him. My god, how long is this fight going to go on for? If this guy would like to help me, that'd be cool. Come on, come on. Oh, well, that guy failed, and he didn't wait for me to get the revive. Cool. Kind of hard for me to talk about my topic while I'm doing this. So, Battlefield 1 is my favorite Battlefield. I love the... I'm out of ammo. I love the atmosphere of it. I love the guns. Dude, this is... Leave me alone, man. Oh, for God's sake. Anyway, I like the gunplay of Battlefield 1, something that a lot of people don't like, but I really do. So I like you have to use the guns in a certain way, otherwise they fire all over the place and all that kind of business. I like that you can't just pick a gun that shoots straight and it just kills everyone at any range, like, you know, some of them in BF5 and such like. Chase this guy down. Hi, pal. But overall, for me, it's just the atmosphere of this game is phenomenal. I feel like I'm in World War I. And there's just so many unique moments in it, like proper only in Battlefield moments. But we can't be biased. I don't like the movement system of Battlefield 1. It feels pretty janky now compared to playing something like BF5. You know, all that lying down when you try to mantle. The slide's not great. Everything's kind of slow and clunky. That was definitely improved for Battlefield 5. I so often get the team getting completely crushed. Not fair, bro. Anyway, back to the point. So yeah, I think the Battlefield 5 movement system was really, really good in the main. I like how much control you get over everything. It's very intuitive. There were a lot of options for advanced movement and actually getting an advantage over your opponent. There wasn't just reliance upon positioning or, you know, your gun skill or whatever. Movement was a big thing. Then a lot say that Battlefield 4 they enjoyed because it was a great sandbox game, which I can't really argue with. You know, it's a very good point. A lot of different things are possible in that game that weren't possible in a lot of other games prior to it, and even now it has some great only in Battlefield moments, so yeah, fair play for that one. If that's your vote, I could completely understand that. Wow, we're already halfway through this game. That's how badly the enemy team is dominating. Can I get hit? Yes. Let me try and pick you up. Oh, you didn't wait. That's awesome. My team sucks. My team straight up blows. They're just not even doing the basics of this game right now. Although it's a very common thing. Like, why don't people wait? You're a medic. You're stood maybe 3 meters away and they just insta-spawn in. Anyway, what about Battlefield 3, which many people say kind of changed the game, kind of pushed Battlefield towards what it's become, utilized the new capabilities of the systems it was on, and really drove things forward. I could see that being a solid argument. In terms of a clear comparison at this point, I think BF3 would be so far behind the other ones in terms of what it can actually do that it's hard to argue that's the best, but it depends how you're viewing it. Oh, I'm going to get AA guns. I'm getting AA guns. Great. This is great right now. Let me just lie here for a second, think about what my next point is. But I have seen it argued that some other older Battlefields from way, way back are some people's idea of what Battlefield actually is. Battlefield without all the alterations that came from later ones and such like. I'm open to all of these opinions. But for me, as I said earlier, BF1. I can only talk about my opinion really, and my opinion is that BF1 is great. The atmosphere is just absolutely phenomenal. I mean, that's just, look at it. What a perfect moment to explain. That's just brilliant. Not so much that at the top, but the game itself. My god, this is going to be over so soon. I like the more diverse weapon choices of BF1, like a lot of the unique weapons, the experimental ones and stuff like that. I like the different ways you could approach things that I don't feel like you can do in something like BF5. And I think the maps for me were a big thing in BF5. I don't like how many big open maps there were. and with laser beam weapons that didn't really recoil very much and stuff, a lot of the nuance of the gunplay was lost. It was, again, just pick a laser beam weapon and boom. And now for people that really like just when you shoot the targets straight on without having to do very much, and it's just a case of aiming quickly, having better reactions or whatever. If I shoot at the target, they go down. If you like that, then it's fine, and that has its merits as well, undeniably. But for me, I like this. Although I did enjoy a lot of the gunplay in BF5, and it is rewarding in certain ways. Certainly the sniping, a lot of people say is more satisfying in BF5 because you had to aim for the head and stuff like that, whereas in BF1 you've got the sweet spot. But which Battlefield game did the most good for Battlefield? Or is just overall for you the best one in the series? Whether it be the best now or the best when it was released. That guy's so weak. No, dude, I can't be fighting you at the same time. And I want to get that res. Oh, he spawned in. What a surprise. Where is this guy? Got him. I don't know how many of you have a clear idea of how hard it is to do this while playing. I want to try and get that res. Wait, he didn't wait. Dude, it's absolutely constant. People don't wait. Where's this guy? It's over. It's actually over. That was so fast. My team got destroyed. I'm just going to play a bit of the next one until I've said all the points I can think of and then end it midway through, because that was just way too quick. Those red squads, my God. So this doesn't mean that BF5 is a perfect game in my eyes or anything like that, because people always distill my argument down as if it's totally black and white. That's not what I'm saying. I actually think BF1 is a highly flawed game. Plane balance is pretty off. Like, the planes can be incredibly irritating and overpowered. The Murames was a weird decision, and lots of other stuff, but I'm not here to bash the game. Overall, I love this game. It just obviously has problems still, and I think all Battlefield games are highly flawed. I'm still waiting for that day when a Battlefield game comes out and I can just be like, you know what, that is a pretty pristine effort. Whether it will ever happen, I don't know, maybe it won't. But there's enough good stuff about them usually. At least that's been the case before, hence the success of the title, you know, being an established franchise. But all of this is just a matter of absolute opinion, and I've really enjoyed doing these videos recently where I talk about what I think, not as fact, but as opinion, give my perspective, and then you guys share yours, and we can have decent discussion about it, and be an actual community. It feels important to keep building that at the minute, while the actual Battlefield community is, let's say, kind of on the rocks, and we're all waiting for the next one. On visibility. Visibility in Battlefield is always a little questionable. Can I kill you? Thank you. Regardless though, either way, all those pros, all those cons, I do like that Battlefield brings something to the table that I can't really get from any of the actual AAA FPS game out there. Proper big budget things. None of them really bring what Battlefield does. It's a unique experience, a unique feeling you get from it. Some of them better than others, but still, pretty impressive in a lot of ways. Right, I'll just play this out until I die next, and then we can call it, because I've put out the main points that I've got. There's a tank here. I might not last very long here. This might be the end of the video. Yep, there we go. I got killed by a tank. So yeah, this was Battlefield Vehicle Warfare, and I hope you enjoyed. I'm just going to go and chill now because I feel really bad, but thank you for watching. That's my dead body. Leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed and if you're new here and all that. All the links to my social media, including Twitter, my Discord, Patreon, all of that can be found in the description and my pinned comment. And with that all said, I'm GetGoodGuy, and I'll see you next time. Laters. We saw some much improved behaviours in terms of more folks being able to finish fresh rounds of Breakthrough with even numbers of players across the teams, and overall, better balance across the teams that encouraged more players to see out the rounds. What surprised us? We saw fewer instances than we expected of players progressing at the EOR end of round